Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this doesn't work without you guys. So let's get open for business. Let's wake up the football gods. Wake up here, guys. Actually, I think they've been awake because there was no way in the world that we should have won that game. Can we call them what they are? The Atlanta Falcons are choking dogs. I mean, they had that 28-3 lead on New England in the second half and ended up losing. And this one, Matty Ice having 4 touchdown passes and them losing. I mean, the Cowboys had 4 takeaways. But the thing that amazed me is one, Dak Prescott, who has another NFL record to his belt. 450 yards passing. Nobody has thrown for 450 yards passing and had 3 rushing TDs. Nobody ever in the history of the NFL. And I'll add in there one more touchdown pass as well. And joining me right now, I have the extreme privilege of having Philip Ebarb, Dak Prescott's uncle. Philip, how are you doing, man?
Really?
Well, I'm just checking. How
Pretty
you
good.
doing, man? Um, did you give up on that game? Honestly, did you?
No,
You never gave up.
no, I
That
never
was
do.
unbelievable.
You know, that's what kind of those things that like when they talk about garbage yards, these people that talk about garbage yards, they don't understand that garbage yards, that's when you're 3 touchdowns out of the way and there's no way you have a shot at winning.
3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. Well, we were two.
Yeah,
We were
right,
two in the
right. When
fourth,
there's
but
just no hope, no chance. This was never no hope, no chance.
hmm
And that proves it right there. There were people already on Facebook talking about, oh, here's Dak Prescott's chance to get his garbage yards again. Well, kind of showed you,
oh,
garbage yards are when you're close enough to a one score game,
hmm
anything can happen, brother. Anything. And when you are adamant about not losing and you work your butt off and you have faith in your team around you,
hmm
those things happen.
it was just unbelievable to watch. I mean, I got dejected because I was sitting here saying in my mind, because what usually would happen is we play a great first half of a game, and then the second half we'd give up a big lead. And I sat there, and I don't know if it was a foreshadowing or not. And I said, you know what, guys, the thing about us is usually we because the reality was there were so many things that went wrong, and it actually pissed me off because I'm sitting here reading the comments on my live stream, and everybody's like, oh, bench Dak. Dak sucks. Dak doesn't look good in the pocket and everything else. And I'm sitting here thinking, some of these guys that are blocking, they're not doing real good. I mean, some of the you looked at Steele, and this is not any shade against him, but on the fumble that Dak had, they overloaded the right side. Zeke's supposed to take the outside guy. He's supposed to take the second guy in, and he's just literally standing there. And Zeke's got 2 guys that are coming around. There's no way in the world he can block both of them. And Dak's got no chance, but to try and run for his life. And just looking at this and the defense, they kept getting put on their heels from Zeke Elliott fumbling and everything else, but everybody's just looking Dak, 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 Dak. Does that drive you crazy?
Not really. I mean, sometimes it does. It does. You know what bothers me is people who have no idea. Like you played offensive line, right?
I played offensive line and defensive line.
Okay, so you understand that there is a certain part of timing that takes place in a play,
Mm-hmm.
and that timing has to happen with every step. And if your timing's not right, you'll trip the player next to you. Uh, oh wait, I got a call coming in.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll trip the person next to you.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get in the hole where you shouldn't be.
Right. Well, it
People
only
have
ta- it you
no
know it
idea.
only takes one person. 10
That's
guys can
right.
do the right thing. One guy does the wrong thing, and all of a sudden the play gets blown up.
That's
Um,
right.
but my quarterback, and especially after he got his bell rung there. That goes, this team's got no chance. I mean, Andy Dalton, I'm not trying to throw shade on him and stuff, but this team will win and lose with Dak Prescott. That's the only hope we have. And you could see in this game that he literally put the team on his back. You always hear that Dak's got to have everything perfect to win. Well, you know what? There was nothing perfect out there today. except maybe him.
Well, if he leads them like he led Cooper, and then Cooper made the great one-handed catch.
Hmm.
If he leads them, then he overthrew.
Yeah, that's what
And
I heard.
if he throws it in their chest, he's throwing behind them.
Yeah.
Like it's I don't get me wrong.
Hmm.
I do. Like there are true, real Cowboy fans. The
Hmm.
problem with some of the Cowboy fans out there is they have no football knowledge, but think they know the game.
True.
And look, as a coach of my whole life, living with a dad that was a coach, my sister's a coach, our family lived it.
Hmm.
If you're not at practice, knowing the game plan, knowing the routes, knowing the reads, if you're not there for film evaluation after the game, you don't know. Not even I as a coach. And Dak being my nephew,
Hmm.
I don't know. It's not my place to know. We can have opinions, but don't state your opinion as a fact. You don't
True.
know. You're not there. You don't know. And like the KMs of the world, that
Man,
they
don't even give him any pub like that, man. But uh-oh, I can't hear you. No, Philip, we don't have any sound. No sound. I got no sound. No sound. Can't hear you. We lost your sound. Can you hear me? No sound. Oh no. You can't hear me? Okay, let me. I can't hear you. No sound from you. Okay, let me try and I'm gonna try and call him back. Okay, redial. Let's see what happens. Sorry, guys. Technology is.
Hey, you got me?
Yeah, I got you now. We lost you there for a second.
All right.
Technology is great, but when it doesn't work, it sucks. But you were saying about the KMs of the world, that guy that he's not worth mentioning.
No, he's really not. But I mean, my point is, everybody needs to understand that don't be so narcissistic to think that you actually know what's going on. I mean, I'm a coach of 30 years. My whole family are coaches. We live it.
Hmm.
And I don't know. If I'm not at practice, I don't know the routes, the reads, the check downs. If I don't know what's going on, you don't know. And any real coach out there knows that they don't know. And anybody who
True
knows the game understands that that it's all about every single player meeting their assignment at the right time, and timing has to be right.
that. Hmm.
Um, so what do you want? What do you want when you want a quarterback? Is you want somebody who has faith in the players around you, who leads with a positive attitude,
Yeah.
who does everything right and makes the players around him better. And if
Hmm.
anybody out there doesn't believe that Dak does that, they're completely ignorant.
Well, it was surprising to me because I've got a KM that's on Twitter, who has just been no, seriously. A couple of days ago, I think it was a Frito Lay ad or something like that Dak was doing, and his whole thing. It's just like he just constantly just throws hate about Dak Prescott, that he's no good. I like Dak, but he's no good. That maybe he shouldn't be doing these ads, or he would end up being maybe he'd be a better quarterback. And my whole response was, well, if the Cowboys had paid him all these years, maybe he wouldn't need to have a part-time job, first thing. But after today, he literally said, you know what? I was wrong about Dak. Dak deserves every penny that he gets. And I was kind of surprised and taken back that a Dak Prescott hater actually changed some on this one. But, you're a hero today. Next week, they'll call you a bum. That's just
Always,
the
man.
nature of the
Always.
beast. The thing that amazed me was he just never gave up, and yeah, I have to say that I kept saying, I've got hope, I got hope, but inside you're just feeling like it's just too much. When they failed on the 2-point conversion, I'm just like, man, there's no way. I don't know if it was divine intervention or whatever to get that onside kick, but I'm hoping that that's one of those things that will propel the team, that they realize you're never out of it, no matter how bad. And we had so many things that went wrong. I mean, how to have, what do we have, 4 turnovers, and 3 of them
Yeah.
lost in the first
Yeah.
quarter?
Right.
You're supposed to be blown out and on the
Right.
bus by halftime.
Right. And I don't question the coaches at all. Like They have their own game plans. They own their, but as my opinion,
Hmm.
which, like I'm saying, that doesn't mean it's a fact. I'm confirming that I'm telling you straight now. What I'm saying is about to be an opinion, not a fact.
Okay.
You go for two fake punts.
Oh my God.
Well, I understand. I understand the first one should have worked, and I understand why you went for them. My issue is you took the ball out of the hands of the guy that is keeping
Thank you.
you in the game.
Hmm.
You know, I mean, I can question that, but I'm not on the sideline. I don't know why they did that, and I'm not doubting these coaches.
That
You
that
know,
one is.
everybody they want to question. Oh, now McCarthy stinks, and he's whatever.
But
The dude won a
if
Super
it had,
Bowl.
if they had worked, of course. Oh man, he's gutsy. He's got it. It's just like Sean Payton in that Super Bowl. Had they failed on that onside kick, everybody would have said he's stupid. He doesn't know what he's doing. Of course, it works. You're a
Right.
genius. But that one, I was kind of like the first one. I understood because you weren't expecting it. Nobody knows you've been. Second one, I was kind of like, okay, I understand you're going for it, but running it up the middle there, I mean, you went off of the tackle right there, right into strength. And, if it had been 1 or 2 yards, yeah, but 5 yards?
Well, you can sit here and we can question that stuff, and then you got to look at the other coach's point of view. The fact is,
Hmm.
they think who would expect that. I
Right.
mean,
After you went for it
everybody
once, you'll never go for
when
it a
you're not
second
on
time.
that sideline and you have those players out there, and you're like, you think you can win those matchups,
Hmm.
and you take that gamble like you do. Well, that's your choice. And I'm not going to question those guys. I'm not questioning those guys. I'm just saying, in my opinion, I wouldn't take the ball out of my quarterback's hands
Yeah.
when they have been doing things. Kind of like last week when they didn't kick the field goal.
Hmm.
It's like I can question. What I question is not their choice. I question the fact that our defense wasn't stopping the Rams. So if you go for it, they're going to burn enough clock just because you haven't stopped them.
Right.
You can have your opinions and you can question. That doesn't make you right. And I think that's my biggest issue, and the things that drive me to crazy, the drive me nuts on Facebook is, so many of these people actually think they know, and they speak it like it's fact.
Yeah. Well, that's the
You
nature of the
don't know.
world today.
Yeah.
Everybody behind a keyboard.
Right, right. I mean, if the crazy part is, if they were doing heart surgery and somebody died in heart surgery, somebody on the side would be like, "Well, he shouldn't have snipped that valve," Shut up, man. Like
Oh,
enough
well.
is enough. We're not. If you're not a professional
Hmm.
and you don't know, like you're not involved, state it as an opinion. I have no, everybody has the
Hmm.
right to an opinion, but that's kind of the problem with social media,
Yeah.
and it's the problem with all the other things that are getting addressed, the political agendas and the social politics that they are ramming down our throats. Everybody's got their own opinion and their own way of thinking about it, but it doesn't make your opinion right.
You're right. Yeah,
Um,
you're 100 on that one.
you're not going to solve the world's problems. You're not going to solve the Cowboys' uh, bad calls on it, man. Like get real. State your stuff as an opinion. Have fun with social media, but don't think you're some kind of genius unless you are actually someone. I mean, if Andy Reid's going to question those guys, I'm going to listen a little bit more
Hmm.
than KM. I trust me. You
Yeah,
know,
but
uh,
most of them are
the
just looking.
haters just
Most of them are
ridiculous.
just looking for a reaction, and
Oh
they want to be hit. And if they know they can get under your skin, then they're going to continue more and more. But you know what? Your nephew, he just brushes all that stuff off. That
oh, he
psychology.
doesn't even listen to it, dude. He literally never gets on social media, and people were like, he look at him sitting on the sideline. He's so stoic. No, he's not. He's thinking.
Hmm.
He's thinking. He's thinking about what can I do and how can I create the motivation to get these guys moving in the right direction. Um, this kid's always been a winner. He's never had a losing season in his life, knock on wood, because he believes in the people around him, and he's going to have faith in his preparation because
Hmm.
he's going to prepare better than or as well as anybody else, and he's going to work hard all the time. And
Yeah.
he loves this team. He loves Cowboys. He grew up loving the Cowboys, and I think it showed tonight. I think it showed tonight. Yeah,
450 yards.
they can pick
Wow.
and choose statistics all they want. Statistics are manipulated. They can manipulate statistics to suit their needs all they want. But I couldn't be more proud. I talked to him after the game, and he was uber excited, of course. But what he was, he was already working for next week. He's like, yeah, I know, it was awesome, but we got Seattle next week. I mean, and
Yeah.
that's the key. The key is that he'll enjoy it. He'll have dinner, and he'll be sitting around his house. He might watch a little part, a little bit of a game,
Hmm.
but I promise you, but before the night's over, before he goes to bed, he's going to be watching the game and marking the parts, marking the time on the game where he thinks that he needs to go back and review
Hmm.
and readjust and things that he needs to bring attention to, because he's always preparing. And I just couldn't be more proud.
Man, well, you should be. I mean, I'm proud to say that that's my quarterback. I always have been. I've always been a big fan, a big supporter of your nephew, and it doesn't surprise me that they ended up getting that victory because, like you said, he's a winner. He wins everywhere, and it seems like he's always doubted, but he just brushes it off and continues to keep pounding away at it, and bit by bit, they're getting there. I honestly have to say that this game may have saved the season because you wouldn't want to go 0-2 facing Seattle next week.
Uh,
But it was huge, and that should definitely be part of Dallas Cowboy lore. I'm just trying to think of a name to call this game, because this to me reminds me of games where we've had that we had no chance, like the Hail Mary. And I don't know what we call this. I don't
uh,
know if we call the choking dog game or what, but it needs to have
Angry
the
Birds.
Angry Birds. There you go, the Angry Birds game. There you go, something like that. Because this is one of those ones that I think I will always remember, to be sitting here and live streaming with my friends and stuff, and then all of a sudden we get the onside kick, we kick that field goal, get down the field, kick that field goal, and we win when everybody had already given up on them. It was just amazing.
Okay. Yeah, man. Look, Mark, you do a fantastic job, and I'm not saying that because you support Dak. You give facts, and you're a true Cowboy fan. You never state your own opinions as facts,
Hmm.
and I love your show. I watch your show,
I
and
appreciate that.
if I'm giving an endorsement, I say everybody should subscribe to you, not just Cowboy fans, everybody, because to
Oh
be
man.
honest with you, I'm sick and tired of watching all the shows on TV where they're always pushing some kind of false narrative,
Wow.
and they're always trying to like be their own. They're not real. They're all playing a part,
Hmm.
and you still keep it real. And I think the difference of your show and some of these others are just that you're real, and whatever people can have an opinion of, they
Hmm.
can have their own opinion, but your opinions are always based on the way you feel and what's in your heart, and you keep things true, man. And
Well, thank you.
props to you, and thanks for like being the real deal.
Man, I feel humbled by that. I appreciate that. Well, Philip, I'm going to let you go ahead and kick back and enjoy this victory. Wow. I just it's every time you think that that can't do anything more that wows you, he comes around and he does something else that wows you, and I can't wait to see him hold up that Super Bowl trophy one of these days.
Well, I got a couple of Dos Equis waiting for me, so.
There you go. Go ahead, grab those
All
Dos
right,
Equis, and man, I'll talk to you later, man.
man.
All right, thank you very
Hey,
much.
yes, sir.
All right, so that was Dak
All right.
Prescott's uncle, Philip Ebarb, and I'm so blessed to have great people like that. Philip has been like a friend and almost like a mentor and stuff to me as well, for a couple of years now, and that was an incredible game. And like you said, Dak Prescott is already working on the next game. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get this thing up to you guys. I'm going to have some thoughts on the game and stuff. I was just actually trying to let my voice heal because, we did like a 4-hour live stream, and that ending, oh my God, that ending was just unreal. And, Yeah, I'm just enjoying this. If you get a chance, make sure you check out the ending of the game. If you didn't see the whole live stream, there's about a 13-minute video, which is like literally the end of the game where we had just about given up hope, and it turns around and wins. I look crazy. I look crazy. It was just unbelievable. Michael Anthony got upset and he turned over a chair gently, but he turned it over. He's doing work over on his channel. Definitely go over, check out his channel, like and subscribe it. Check out E2 Blue. E2 Blue did a fantastic job. And my man DMV, Dallas Cowboy, was also in the house. So thank all of you guys for being here. And did I say Rashid? Rashid was here, and it was fun watching him melt down as the Giants, well, Danny Dimes tries to get a payday loan. It was great enjoying that time with all of you guys as well as them. I'm Mark Holmes, and thank God the Cowboys pulled that out. Thank God. Brethren, I'm looking for you.